Even from my need to heal, Mary Smith Robinson was a real person
Yeah.
who died the day before she turned 35.
Yeah.
My impression is she had a good heart, that she was filled with idealism,
Mhm.
hope. She wanted her family to have the best of what could be provided to them, whether that was like immediate circumstances, but just eternal salvation.
Yeah. Yeah.
He made her decisions out of love for her family, wanting to see those babies again that had died, and if she did indeed take her own life. In my mind, there's no way she would have taken
Mhm.
her life in that way without blood atonement in her brain.
Yeah. You're right. It simply doesn't make sense. You have to have a reason to do it, which she wouldn't have had otherwise. She would have needed inhuman levels of willpower. And it
She,
just doesn't, I just don't buy it.
all the ways in which she's described, she was a gentle woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was educated. I mean, that sketch, like,
Hmm. Yeah. A proper
yes,
English.
darling,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
life did treat her well. She did end up, she was in the paid employee of this very wealthy family. She did
Mhm.
end up marrying a man who was able to provide a
Yeah.
comfortable life for
Yeah.
her. She was able to maintain this ability to have that refinement, which
Hmm.
didn't guarantee her that she could have ended up in a factory, but they were very fortunate. Comes to America and then to Nauvoo with high
Yeah.
ideals. Within 2 years, all of her illusions are shattered.
Hmm. Yeah. That end defies explanation.
And she was a real person.
Hmm.
She's our fourth great grandmother,
Yeah.
and she deserves to be talked about.
Yeah.
Her real story, not
Hmm.
sugar-coated.
Right.
Her
Not the
real,
whitewash, not being utterly ignored from history,
yeah,
but to be, for her life and her death, to be appreciated for what they were.
yeah. I will say, and I especially appreciate cousin Dennis for this. We didn't get there, and we'll get there late, like next week,
Hmm.
but he does talk about how there were a lot of people in the family. What happened was, at a certain point, the family changed the year on her death date,
Hmm.
and the story was that she died in childbirth.
Wow.
They they did not want people to know that she had taken her own life,
Yeah.
and because her son had been born almost 1 year exactly, they changed the death year and said that she died in childbirth, and
Yeah.
that's the story that many members
Yeah.
of the family passed down. So finding this information, it was very shocking, to whenever that happened to family
Yeah.
members, to Robinsons. Like we didn't grow up with the name Robinson in our brain. This is our maternal grandmother's mother. So I mean,
Hmm.
several name changes have happened in our family since then. But that is the story that was told. And then there was also some theory, and we'll get into it later, about, if she did take her own life, why on her son's first birthday?
Yeah.
Why the day before her birthday? So
Yeah.
mysterious. We don't know, but I didn't have time to get to any of that. But anyway.
But yeah, what a selfish act of robbery that for later family members, because they don't want to acknowledge it or they don't want to be associated with a grandmother or a great grandmother who would do that,
Yeah.
that they would rob her of the honest end that she experienced. It's just,
It erases her pain.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And
just,
that's what changing history does, is it
yeah,
erases the
yeah,
pain of the people whose story
yeah,
who are covering up.
yeah. Fails to acknowledge, well, failing to acknowledge their death, then fails to acknowledge their life. And that's just, it's a desecration of who they were.
And then there is less accountability
Yeah,
for those in Nauvoo that created the environment that she found herself in that led
yeah,
to being despondent.
yeah,
That's her Mormon legacy.
yeah.
That's what
Mhm.
Mormonism gave her,
Yeah, yeah.
was a true belief that it would be better if she was no longer alive,
Hmm. Yeah.
if she took her own life.